Um, I haven't been on here in a while. I think it's like been a year or two. Y'all probably don't remember who I am. I have another account and I post edits on TikTok, and I think it's called my username, if I remember correctly, is Zitopio Girl. Zitope Girly. I'm gonna put it in the I'm gonna post it on my. I'm gonna put start a poll. Okay, hold on. Let me just put it on. Do you remember me? Okay. Okay. Start a poll. Okay. So hello, I'm Taisha. I used to post gotcha videos and stuff, and on my other account on YouTube, I just post like little random edits and whatever. It's nothing big. What's really big was on my TikTok account that I will tell you guys about later. I was watching Steven Universe and I decided to get on here. Cause I'm gonna do a story time of my Miss Evans teacher, but I'm going to wait until more people get on to see me on my live. So I'll wait for a little bit until some people join. Tell me which one come get it out. Get on the walk. Look at this and it's in my mama. I can get it in the fire. It's side, it's sweet. I think I did everything of me. Let's start getting money. I'm gonna tell you the truth. I don't want to tell you there's to lose. But you know, a little business wanna put it in the mood. It's in there, but I don't take it to the roof. Can put your inch out, take it to the moon. Oh, my face, sneakers, mixed up with it. I'm gonna get it, bitch. Yo, I get really ungrateful and things. So it's gonna take a while for people to join because nobody is probably don't use YouTube Live anymore. But I'm just gonna go ahead and start the story time, so you guys can like just get a. So you guys can watch this later if you ever come across it. So I have a teacher. I'm in sixth grade. I have a teacher named Miss Evans, and she complains about everything. I personally feel like she never liked me from the beginning of the school year because it's like she used to like just target me. She used to target everybody, but I don't like how she talked to everybody. I don't like how she talked to me. Like even one time she liked to look at the wall so she don't know she likes to look at the wall when she's talking about somebody or talk to somebody so she don't offend nobody. It was this boy named Joel in my class, and he's not in our class anymore. He moved upstairs because for whatever reason, probably because of her. But he used to fall asleep. You know, if you like go to bed late, you fall asleep. Da 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 da. Woo doo woo. So one day she was talking about something. I'm not gonna get in trouble because you don't want to sit up here and do your work and blah 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 blah. And then she said, "I'm gonna look at the wall when I say this so I don't offend nobody." This woman said, "Sometimes people have on medication or on drugs. That's why they're tired." We was like, and then she called people's parents, and then she said that they say the first three digits of their number out loud in front of the classroom before they pull them into the wall, and then she leave the door cracked so you can hear the conversation. Like you're intentionally trying to embarrass the kid in people. When I first got there, I was doing my work. It's like this is a little like a week or two into school. I'm writing, doing my work. I'm not doing anything wrong. I'm just like this in my hair while I'm writing. She said, hey, she was be like, watch this, watch this. Don't touch, please get out of your hair. Please don't touch your hair. My hair that I'm touching, she told me don't touch my own hair. I just said, yes, ma'am. And then my hair, I had braids at the time. This is twist. Um, I had braids at the time and it was unraveling, so I just put my pencil down for a second to braid it back down. She said, baby, did you not understand what I told you to do? I said, I'm not playing in my hair. I said, I'm just trying to braid it down because it's unraveling. She just did this to me. She rolled her eyes like 2 times. She said, okay, Taisha. And then on this Thursday, like last Thursday, like I'm on break now. It's Saturday, Friday. So yesterday, day before yesterday, it was Thursday, and she had me. Everybody was in the hallway. Everybody was in the hallway. Everybody was talking, and my friend Jules, I was in the front of the line, like a few people, like 2 or 3 people in front of me. I don't know why she looked at me when she was talking, but my friend Jules, she was telling me a joke about what happened in the classroom, and it made me giggle. And I was like, okay. We're walking in, and she said, you know what? Something got to change. She said because she said we never go get that loud. Then she looked directly at me, even though there was like 20 other kids talking. She looked directly at me and said, because y'all wasn't supposed to be talking out there, right? I just nodded at her. She said, okay. I went to go sit down. And we're in groups. So the tables, either it's a group right here, group here, with desk. She looked at my group and said, Chris, move. Trinity, move. And I was just dislocated. I was just like, I was the only one sitting in an empty group, and everybody else was still talking in the classroom, but like whispering. But she said she don't care about us talking in the classroom, but she didn't move anybody else. I'm just sitting there mad. I didn't even look at her. And my Chris is my cousin, so she just had like then later into the thing. She said could it look like some of y'all feel some type of way? She said, how do you think I feel having to say something about the noise level? So I just ignoring her. I'm just ignoring her because she's just aggravating me. It's like, okay, if you have to say something about the noise level, why not move everybody that you saw talking? I didn't talk. I just giggled and said, okay. But mind you, there's like 15, 20 other kids behind the line talking louder than me and Jules were. But she looked directly at me. Okay. Anyways, so we go back in the we go in the next on Friday, right? On Friday, she let us move back, and then like I'm dying laughing, like I'm like this trying to be quiet while everybody else is talking too, laughing and giggling. And she said, "Ty Asia," she didn't say nothing else to nobody else that was being loud, nobody else that was talking. She said she didn't mind us talking. She said, Ty Asia, she said, I know you felt some type of way about me moving everybody yesterday, but that's the reason why. She said, y'all can't be laughing and hee hee ha ha while I was trying to get y'all work done. She said, because you're not going to get it done in time. And then she going to point out saying, Trinity, she can laugh and talk with y'all, but she going to get a 100 on it. Kyra, she going to talk and laugh, but she going to get a 100 on it. Mind you, I got all A's and B's in every my class. Every one of my classes, even hers. I ain't got one B in her class. I got all A's. I always get my stuff right. So how she talking? So why she making it seem like is that supposed to be throwing shade? Like, oh, if you talk, you're not gonna get a 100 on it, even though I got all A's in your class. Even my cousin Chris, he was like, what about me? But he didn't say it to her, he said it to me. I was like, exactly. So I just stopped talking. I went home and told my mama, and she said when the parent teacher conference, she was gonna come up to her and ask like, what's the problem? Because it seems like even like she was saying, like, every time I try to have good self-esteem about myself, or like she was talking about being humble. She said it's not good when somebody compliment you, be like, I know, but thank you. She said, that's not. She said nobody likes an arrogant person. We just all like. So I told my mom about that, and she was like, she said being arrogant and being confident is two different things. She said you could say thank you. I know, thank you. She said, but sometimes she was like, there's nothing wrong with being confident. She said it seems like your teacher doesn't like that you're smart and you're confident. Because also she used to complain to me and get mad at me because I used to be the first one done and it was right. But instead of checking my work, she used to be like, guess what? Watch this. Nobody in my class gets done that fast. Nobody is in here smart enough to get that done. What you mean? I'm not stupid, baby. I got all A's. So what you talking about? Nobody get done that fast. That don't got nothing to do with me. I'm not everybody else. I'm my own person. I just said, okay. And then so she has the window right behind me. and she always yells at us about looking out the window when she's not even teaching. She never wants us to look out the window. she said, because all it takes is for a parent or somebody to drive by, snap a picture, and now she be on like all that. They ain't learning nothing in that classroom. Okay, I understand that, but you don't have to yell at me because I just glanced out the window for a second because you was not in the middle of talking. You was not talking at all. I'm just sitting and do my work. I look at the window for a second. Like if a car passed by or a general truck passed by. So, anyways, she said nobody gonna sit in my class and do nothing. She said even if you done, I'm gonna give you extra work. Even if you done. So one time I was done, everybody was done. She let everybody else read a book but had me write an essay. We was reading a story. Everybody else got done. She let other people read. She let Aiden read, and everybody was just sitting there doing something else other than. But she gave me extra work because we read a story. She said, "Do a run on, like what you think gonna happen next." Have me write a whole essay about it. While everybody else gets to read their books, but I have to write an essay. Doesn't make sense. But that's just my story time. Anyways, I just wanted to let y'all know that there is teachers out there who's not gonna like you because you're confident or because you're smart or they just it's always gonna be people who don't like you because everybody else like you. It's gonna be people like that. So I'm just saying that to say, if you have a teacher like that, don't let it affect how you see yourself. Don't let no teacher bring down your self-esteem. Don't let no teacher make you feel less than who you are, and don't let no teacher think you're stupid like everybody else because everybody's very smart in their own way. Do not let no teacher or nobody make you feel like you have to be less of who you are, be less of what you are. Period, point blank. I just wanted to share that with y'all. So have a good day. Starlights. Mwah.